Greetings, demons, and welcome to Warhammer Weekly episode 8. And this is a very quiet week, especially compared to last week, where I kind of lost my mind of how much stuff I had to go over. And I think I actually ended up missing out on some stuff like the new Dreadnought, the classic style Redemptor Dreadnought, which I'm not going to be covering in the end. But yeah, I missed things last week, and that video had so much in it. But yeah, this time around we've got a much lighter amount of stuff, so let's just get into what I picked up this week and then into the main topics.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
Okay, so getting into what exactly I've picked up this week, we'll start off with the more interesting stuff. So I was very fortunate enough to be gifted a bunch of terrain pieces, which are mostly, I'm going to be honest, going to be used for various like display elements. I'm not really someone who builds boards, so though, I mean, a lot of this stuff is very good for that. But this is just a little sampling of the kind of stuff that I got. There's a lot of it, entire, like, massive box of it. But yeah, there's a lot of very nice stuff. Most of it is already painted or has some sort of finish to it. But yeah, just a lot of very cool, mostly D&D style elements. But things that, honestly, I could use very easily for AOS, for Warhammer displays, for 40k displays, should I say, or yeah, for D&D stuff and other like miniature modeling stuff. I really love this kind of thing. It's really nice to have a bunch more of it. And yeah, this piece specifically, I don't know what is about it, but this crater is going to be so useful for something. I just know it. But yeah, huge shout out to I'm not going to name them, but my friend who gave me all these for completely for free. They were thrown away otherwise. So yeah, thanks to them. And let me just put this on the floor. And the other thing that I have got, of course, is the next 4 issues of Stormbringer. So here we've got which issues am I looking at here? That's issue 4 with the 10 Hobgrot splitters included. I haven't opened any of these yet. We also have, is this issue 3? Is this issue 5? I don't know. I don't know if it is numbered, but it has the new Praetor Prime model. Completely exclusive Praetor Prime model, which is very, very cool to get. So I'm very looking forward to... I'm not actually going to be the one building this. My partner is, because she's going to be getting all of the Stormcast stuff, but still very, very cool. Very excited to see that one finished, at least in built form, not necessarily painted. 5 Stormcast Vindictors in issue 3, which very, very nice. Once again, I'm not going to be building those, but still very cool. And then with issue 4, I'm assuming this one is, yeah, issue 4. It's paints and a brush, which I'm definitely going to be taking that brush because they are very useful to me. Paint-wise, I think I have multiples of all these colours already. I might take the Auric Flesh, though I don't actually paint my Auric screen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that is actually everything. So I have put a few orders in this week, mostly for some Astra Militarum one-off models that I wanted to paint. And when I get those in the post eventually, because one of them is like back-ordered or made-to-order, should I say, yeah, once those are here, I'll obviously show them in a video, but yeah, that is everything for this week. So, starting off with the main topics, it's a new month, it's April, finally, and with that comes the new miniature of the month and collectible coin. The miniature itself is a Primaris Assault Intercessor. Now, I'm fine with that. I've actually been getting miniature of the months for so long that I actually remember the last time we had an Assault Intercessor as the miniature of the month. Probably around a year ago, a little bit less, I think about 9 months, 10 months, something like that. And yeah, I have no issues with this. It's very much in order to, celebrate the lion returning and stuff, so it's Dark Angels themed. But at the end of the day, you can paint it as however you want, and I'm probably going to end up painting it as a different faction, just randomly, just because I want to paint something that isn't Black Armor for once, and, my Death Watch and my my good old-fashioned Raven Guard, they're screaming at me that I paint too much black. But, yep, at the end of the day, it's going to be one of the various models from the sprue. I'm happy enough with that, and, it's nice to get people that are maybe not fans of Space Marines to maybe get a Space Marine model just to paint up, just to see if they like it. And when there's so much stuff happening with Space Marines all the time, that's nothing but good in my opinion. But for the coin, we have the Slan Star Masters coin, so Seraphon coin again. We've had quite a few of these recently, and yeah, looks pretty good. It's the symbol of the Slan Star Master, and that's really all I can say about it. As for the model, it comes out on the 8th of April, and the Slan Star Master coin is already out. It came out on the 1st, which was yesterday. So, yeah, very, very cool. And getting into the biggest news of the week, we have a absolutely massive reveal for something that I think I can speak for everyone saying we were not expecting this. This is huge news, and that is the Mark 19 Emperor class Primarch Fitness Warhammer. Yeah, it was April 1st yesterday, of course, and the April Fool's joke for this year was the Fitness Warhammer. I really like this. There was a very cool little trailer for it, which I'll show right now.
They shall be my finest warriors, those who give themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war, forge them. A complete exercise regime, inspired by transhuman physiologies, built around your invaluable fitness companion. Ergonomically designed, endurance tested, perfectly crafted to complement our new high-impact fitness regime. The Warhammer Astartes class fitness Warhammer. Adeptus Exercisus. Warning, hammer comes unpainted and requires assembly. We recommend using Citadel color paints. Do not use as a hammer. Do not take to battle. Do not use before crossing the Rubicon Primaris. May cause excessive injuries if used incorrectly. May cause excessive injuries if used correctly. May summon Iniad. May summon any combination of the Chaos Gods. May cause a second Great Rift. May cause muscles to become too big. Do not use on Deathworld. Do not leave in sunlight, moonlight, or rain. Do not lend to an orc. Only to be used in close combat. -1 to hit modifiers applied. Not a toy.
And genuinely, it was a very, very fun joke. I really like a lot of the Warhammer, I guess, April Fool's jokes that we've had in the past. This one may be my favourite, just because the trailer, honestly, the trailer's kind of brilliant. The little bit at the end about the warnings is brilliant. I love that. That was amazing. But, yeah, also, this is something that, not necessarily a full sledgehammer, but I could definitely see them doing, like, a keychain of, you know, a sledgehammer with the Warhammer logo on it. That would be really cool, I feel. But I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt we're going to see anything more than this trailer for this. But still, very, very cool. It is definitely interesting overall. Just an interesting idea to sell a Warhammer. Obviously, this was just a sledgehammer with a little like fitness regime attached to it. But yeah, in the future, maybe we'll see some sort of actual Warhammer like prop item in the style of the actual logo Warhammer, which would be very cool. But yeah, it was a good April Fool's joke. I quite enjoyed it. And moving on. And as I said, we have a very light week in terms of actual content. So, starting with Blood Bowl for the actual model releases, we have Withergrasp Double Drool, who is a very interesting looking chap. He's a human mutant that was raised by Beastmen. He has tentacles, he has 2 heads, he has all the horns and stuff of a Beastman. And, yeah, his backstory is kind of that he might be, like, blessed by the Dark Gods, potentially, which is very interesting. Blood Bowl is something, as I've discussed before, that I'm not too knowledgeable about in how it works or anything like that. But, yeah, this is a cool character for it. If you're someone who plays Beastmen, in AOS maybe, or eventually now in 40k, this might be a nice little stand-in for one of those, because it's an interesting looking Beastman model. That is one of the nicer things about these Blood Bowl miniatures in particular. They can just fit into whatever army they're part of, or whatever like group they're part of, without being obviously Blood Bowl, which is always nice, especially if you paint them up to be a little bit more specifically connected to the original army. But yeah, it's a good model. I do like the aesthetic of it. The tentacles are cool, the horns are cool, all the little like knickknacks and stuff on his outfit and stuff. The one boot is very funny. I quite enjoyed that. But yeah, overall, just a very, very nice model for Blood Bowl. And then moving into Heresy Thursday with some Horus Heresy content. Tank upgrades. It's always tanks. It's always tanks, so we never have anything to do with anything of interest to me personally. I've said many times before, I own technically 2 tanks, but one is a Demon Engine, and the other one's a Chaos Rhino. That's all I have in terms of tanks. I have no interest in getting any more than that. And yeah, we have tank upgrades. They're all resin, and they are for sponsor weapons. So all of the new plastic kits have, well, I think 3 of them have matching, sponsons or connecting points, and then 2 of them have a different style of rail system, and they're all interchangeable in terms of what they can have on them. So if it has the sponson, like, connector point, it can use all of those upgrades, and if it has the rail connector point, it can use all those upgrades. But as I say, those upgrades are all going to be in resin, and it annoys me. Like, we've just got off the whole Dreadnought thing of having all the upgrades be resin. It's kind of annoying that we're continuing that with everything else. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's fine. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's just kind of like, why are you even bothering making things into plastic if you're not going to make everything into plastic? Especially when, realistically, resin, it ends up costing more because it is produced in smaller amounts. The actual material cost is higher, and then the quality's worse. So why not just make everything in plastic? But that's beside the point anyway. I'm uninterested in any of these upgrades. I'm sure people that have like an armor battalion or whatever else are going to be very excited for this, but yeah, for me, it's just more tank upgrades. It's kind of cool to see more weapon variety on these tanks, but yeah, it's not for me, and I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat where they're just tired of seeing tanks in Horus Heresy now. Can we get some units that aren't tanks, into some actual like Space Marine unit upgrades and stuff like that that are actually plastic as well? That'd be great. Something that we can actually use in 40k as well would be very nice. I know a lot of it we can actually use in 40k with terrible rules, but just some generic stuff, especially for actual units, actual Space Marines, would be just great. I'd love that, but yeah, that's Horus Heresy. It's what it is. And finally, because, as I say, we really don't have much to talk about this week, the Rumour Engine for the 28th of March, 2023, and I'm actually kind of stumped at what this is. It looks like spikes, I guess, or horns. It could even be, like, it could be something to do with Gloomspike Gits, just be mushrooms that look very weird. But, yeah, it's interesting. They're little, like, spiky things, cones, whatever, with little bolts on them, and stems. And I don't know what else to describe them as. I have no idea what this is going to be. I assume it is AOS, just because of the aesthetic. But realistically, it could be anything. It could actually be something for maybe, like, Tyranids, or, I don't even know. I don't know what else it could be. Maybe Drakari, I don't know. But, yeah, it's a thing. And I'm sure we'll find out more at some point. But, yeah, I don't really know. It's weird. I don't know. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new here, and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. Tell me what you think of, well, especially the tank upgrades, because that's something that I just don't care at all about. So let me know if you're really excited for those, or if you're also with me and just don't care at all. And otherwise, it's going to be from me. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but worlds divide. I just wanna take